Last summer, got into a little shebang
Well,
shebang,
it's a
you know.
bang bang.
Imagine this, yeah? The perfect song playing.
It's just in the exact spot where he was in a year ago, you know, in this kind of fairy tale setting. And the exact spot actually where that fairy tale setting kind of came to a crash, you know, where everybody became aware all of a sudden of Susanna's cancer. And I think it's really important to be able to go back. At least for Stephen, I think it was really important for him to be able to go back to this place that he once had an idea of, but now he can be with somebody who he knows is there with him for a long while, because Taylor has been with Stephen for a very long while throughout his entire life.
I'm sorry, have you met me?
I know you, Taylor.
So I think he chooses that because he's a little nostalgic baby, but also because it means a lot to him to do it in that specific ballroom.
Imagine this, yeah? Perfect guy. I mean,
You know, I think Taylor is really scared to be hurt. She's really like she has a bunch of defense mechanisms that she's built up over the years, and like that manifests in a lot of different ways.
You're so corny.
I'd say like Taylor's like built her personality around defense mechanisms. I think that she's really, really sensitive. From my perspective, like she will date people that she's not like fully in love with, because if it ends, she won't care as much.
Milo would never wear a suit and tie.
well, Milo's not your perfect man either.
Whereas like Taylor's been in love with Steven her whole life. You know what I mean? So it's like the stakes are really, really high for her. Not only that, but he hurt her feelings a lot in season 1. So she's like being super cautious and like wary with her heart. And I think that like the reason that this scene is so beautiful to me is because like I think you really find it in her silence, you know, when they're dancing, that she's like starting to feel okay being vulnerable around him, because I think that he really sees her for who she is. Not there fully, but it's like the first layer, like the first wall comes down, you know, she's like, okay.
Oh my God.
Ow.
I don't know. I mean, you know, last summer, got into a little shebang shebang,
Well, it's a
you know.
bang bang.
Oh my God. Chloe?
Oh my God.
I still don't think even then he kind of saw her in that way. I think Steven was going through some bleeped up bleep, and he just dragged Taylor along for the ride, which isn't fair.
And that's why you hooked up with my best friend?
Yeah.
I think, you know, because especially like those phone calls that he makes to her at the beginning of season 2, where he's like, I mean, it would suck to drive alone, you know, like, oh, someone should come with me. It's like he wants to spend time with her, and he wants her by his side. And I think it takes a little bit for him to realize, like, oh, I want her by my side in that way. Like, oh. And I think that's actually one of the progressions he goes through in season 2, especially. I think especially once we get 2 cousins, you know, then it kind of hits. They're in this isolated place and they're spending all this time together. He's like,